In previous, we saw Zhuo Fan's landed a devastating punch that sent Yan Mo crashing into the wall, bleeding heavily and gasping for breath. Let's begin the chapter. Yan Mo, his voice filled with anger, shouted, "Bastard!" He couldn't help but think, how did this kid's strength become so monstrous? In an instant, Zhuo Fan appeared near Yan Mo's face, his eyes flickering with sharp determination. He sneered, "Underestimating your enemy and then making excuses for yourself? If that's not naive, I don't know what is." With a single punch from his Qilin arm, Zhuo Fan sent Yan Mo flying into the wall with a deafening explosion. Elder Yun and the other members of the Mystical Heaven sect, including Shui Rohua and Danner, stood frozen in shock. However, the fiends remained calm. They knew the terrifying power Zhuo Fan wielded. Flicking his wrist, Zhuo Fan smirked and turned to Fiend Yang. "Just as we guessed, Fiend Yang. This guy's nothing but a spoiled brat. Talented, sure, but still just another rotten apple." Fiend Yang chuckled darkly. "As the true devil here, it's only fitting to teach this imp what a real setback feels like." Their amusement was cut short by a loud bang. The rubble disintegrated into ashes, revealing Yan Mo clad in flaming armor. His mocking expression was gone, replaced with cold, seething hatred. Zhuo Fan smiled, clearly unfazed. Finally, he's showing what he's got. This should be fun. Without a word, Yan Mo lunged at Zhuo Fan, his fiery fist aimed squarely at his face. The immense power and burning heat of the strike immediately clued Zhuo Fan into just how deadly the yin-yang union flame was. Reacting quickly, he blocked. With his Qilin arm, Yan Mo's flames grew fiercer, taking on a second layer of blue fire. The fusion of red and blue flames multiplied their power exponentially. Caught off guard, Zhuo Fan was blasted through the air, crashing into the back of the cave and carving out a massive, 100-meter-deep hole in the wall. Light seeped into the cavern through the destruction. Yan Mo stared coldly at the rubble. "What was it you said? Naive?" Everyone's expressions twitched. Yan Mo seemed like a completely different person, calculating, relentless, and without a single opening. Elder Yun sighed deeply. "This is Yan Mo, the Hellion Flame Sect's greatest genius. He's finally taking this seriously. We're done." The fiends, however, maintained their stoic expressions. From the burning rubble, Zhuo Fan emerged, shaking his numb arm with a smile. "Yin-yang union flame, fusing yin and yang for explosive power. My Qilin arm barely withstood that." "He's young and brash but has some real battle sense," Zhuo Fan thought. He switched to a kill-or-be-killed mentality the moment he needed to, as expected from someone of a superior sect. "Still, I can't afford to lose face. I'll have to get serious now." Yan Mo tensed, his heart pounding. Despite their gap in cultivation, the aura Zhuo Fan exuded was unlike anything he had ever faced before. It was dangerous. "From this moment on, I consider you my equal," Yan Mo said solemnly. Just like Wu Qingqiu. Before he could prepare further, Zhuo Fan appeared in front of him, his Qilin arm clawing toward Yan Mo's chest. "Wraith-style second move, Ghostly Dragon Claw!" Zhuo Fan roared. The draconic cry tore through the air, shaking the cavern. The flames on Yan Mo's armor flickered as the claw closed in. Yan Mo hastily jumped back, summoning his yin-yang explosion, red and blue flames combining with a deafening boom to meet the attack. The towering flames engulfed Zhuo Fan, and Yan Mo allowed himself a small grin. But before he could celebrate, the eerie claw sliced through the fire, heading straight for him. In the blink of an eye, Zhuo Fan charged forward again, his Qilin arm streaking toward Yan Mo. The sudden speed left Yan Mo wide-eyed in shock. Yan Mo gritted his teeth, barely holding back his frustration. Using his 9th-grade demonic treasure, the twin halberds, he deflected the incoming attack and leaped 100 meters back, creating much-needed distance between himself and Zhuo Fan. This kid is a monster, he muttered, his disbelief evident. Determined not to be outdone, Yan Mo unleashed one of his ultimate techniques. High profound ranked martial art, Twin Dragon Devour, he roared, his halberds glowing, intensely as red and blue energy intertwined. The power surged forward, forming two massive flood dragons made of yin-yang union flame, roaring as they charged toward Zhuo Fan. But Zhuo Fan stood firm, unfazed by the incoming attack. A scoff escaped his lips as he mocked, "Devouring dragon?" As if. His body began to radiate ominous black energy that soon coalesced into the form of a massive dragon. Wraithstyle's first move, Soaring Demonic Dragon, he declared, his voice calm but resolute. The black dragon clashed head-on with the two flood dragons, resulting in a spectacular explosion that shook the cavern to its core. The sheer power of the collision sent shock waves rippling outward, leaving cracks in the surrounding walls. As the dust began to settle, Zhuo Fan emerged from the chaos, completely unharmed. His figure exuded an almost divine aura of confidence and power. Yan Mo's eyes widened in disbelief. "Impossible!" he gasped, his voice trembling. Before Yan Mo could react, Zhuo Fan moved with blinding speed. His punches came like a storm, each one carrying overwhelming force. Yan Mo struggled desperately to block the onslaught, his halberds barely holding up against Zhuo Fan's relentless assault. The entire cave turned into a battlefield of flashing black and red lights as the two warriors clashed. Yan Mo relied on the destructive energy of his yin-yang union flame, while Zhuo Fan overwhelmed him with pure, raw power. Arts, techniques, and even direct blows collided, shaking the ground and sending sparks flying. The spectacle left the spectators, awestruck, their minds struggling to comprehend the scene unfolding before them. Elder Yun, one of the onlookers, shook his head in disbelief. How is this kid holding his ground against Yan Mo? No, he's not just holding his ground. He's actually gaining the upper hand, he muttered, his voice trembling with shock. Despite his years of experience, Elder Yun couldn't make sense of what he was witnessing. His wide eyes betrayed his astonishment, while some of the women among the spectators began to feel a flicker of hope reignite within them. On the other side, the disciples of the demon-scheming sect watched the battle with smug expressions, clearly unimpressed by the display. "Why are you all so amazed? This is nothing special," Fiend Yang mocked, his tone dripping with arrogance. Elder Yun turned toward them, his annoyance evident. "What did you just say?" Fiend Yang chuckled proudly. "You heard me. Disciple leader Zhuo Fan is always modest. But this is nothing compared to what he's truly capable of. Honestly, you should be praising Yan Mo for lasting this long. I'll admit he's not just another gutter rat." Elder Yun snorted, unwilling to accept their words. "Don't get carried away. The kid may be somewhat talented, but he's only in the radiant stage. I don't know how he's managing to block those soul attacks, but there's no way he can keep this up for long. This is just luck," he said, laughing dismissively. But Shui Ruohua, one of the female disciples, wasn't as dismissive. She stepped forward, her voice firm. "Elder Yun, Zhuo Fan is fighting for us. If he loses, we're all dead. How can you take this so lightly?" Elder Yun flushed in embarrassment, her words cutting deep. Meanwhile, the battle between Zhuo Fan and Yan Mo reached a turning point. The sound of clashing weapons suddenly stopped, and gasps filled the cavern as the spectators took in the shocking sight. Yan Mo stood motionless, staring at his hands. In one, he held what remained of his prized halberd, now reduced to a stick. The other was empty, the weapon shattered into fragments. Across from him stood Zhuo Fan, his right hand glowing with a faint red hue. A confident, ridiculing smile played on his lips as he regarded his opponent. Elder Yun's jaw dropped, his voice trembling as he muttered, "For heaven's sake, what is that boy's body made of? To shatter a ninth-grade demonic treasure with his bare hand." What kind of monster is he? The sheer display of power left everyone speechless. Even seasoned ethereal stage body cultivators couldn't replicate such a feat, making Zhuo Fan's achievement all the more terrifying. But Zhuo Fan wasn't finished yet. He lunged forward, aiming another devastating punch at Yan Mo. At the last second, Yan Mo leaped back, narrowly avoiding the blow. The punch hit the ground instead, shattering it and sending debris flying in all directions. Yan Mo's heart pounded in his chest as he tried to process what had just happened. What kind of body refining does it take to become this freakish? He thought, his mind racing with panic. If I get caught by one of those claws, my body will be destroyed in minutes. Damn it! I need to play bigger. There's no time to waste. I have to take him out first. A twisted grin appeared on Yan Mo's face as he formulated a desperate plan. So this is what it's come to, he muttered. As the best talent in Hellion Flame, I'm now reduced to using cheap tricks. It's all his fault for being such a freak of nature. But just as Zhuo Fan prepared to finish him off, Yan Mo turned his back and made a sudden move. Instead of continuing the fight head-on, he flew toward Chu Ching Cheng, his halberd glowing with deadly intent. Zhuo Fan's eyes widened in shock as he realized what was happening. Yan Mo's target wasn't him. It was Chu Ching Cheng. Chu Ching Cheng stood frozen in place, unable to move.